And welcome to the first ever edition of In the Crease. I'm joined by the one and only Schicker.
Craig Schicker.
A.K.A. Craig Schicker. And I'm the Scrapman, A.K.A. Tony Watts. And we are going to bring you all the latest from all lacrosse in South Australia and potentially around the country.
We will. We'll try and update you with what's been happening in the news lately in terms of Lacrosse SA in general, ALA, season coming up.
And we'll also bring you all the information relating to the cancellation of the 18s, the men's, women's seniors, the under-19s obviously been rescheduled.
Yep.
So we're going to get everybody that is involved with all of those things and bring them into the crease, mate.
Tone will try and go to Clubland for your favourite segment.
Oh, I love Clubland, the old inner sanctum. Nothing better than getting into the inner sanctum and seeing what's going on with each individual club. And I think we're going to Burnside for the first one.
Little behind the closed doors type action.
And I believe they've got a new club room down there too. So
Interesting to see.
A bit of money from winning a grand final, mate.
It's all there.
And,
it's all there and more.
And obviously, because this is where all the action happens, it is in the crease. That's where you're going to find everything throughout the weeks leading up and through the season. And we're going to have a comprehensive review of every game as we go into the season. So I'm looking forward to the banter when Schicks and I come up against each other as coaches for Glenelg and Sturt. And he can tell me how much that it hurts to...
Away from all the serious stuff, Tone, we'll get the fastest shot competition going.
Fastest shot, mate. I mean... I'm looking forward to that. I reckon I'm going to tipple the tape at about 140, and I reckon you're going to be about the same. So stay tuned for that. And every guest that comes onto the show,
we'll get a crack.
Yep. So we're going to have a leaderboard set up.
Huge prize pool at the end.
Massive prize pool to be announced later. But you wouldn't want to be anywhere else than in the crease with Schicker and the Scrapman. So until then, we will see you very shortly. We're going to shoot to a break now, and when we come back, we are going to have the one and only Miss Hannah Goff.
We will.
Who is representing the under-18s. And obviously on this show, we're going to have the inner sanctum at the Burnside Lacrosse Club.
Yep.
And then we'll be heading to some Australian representatives. And in coming shows, what we're going to do is we're going to catch up with everyone from behind the scenes in LSA. We might even get the black and whites on here. I know they're your favourites, Schicker.
Let's get them on.
Let's get them on. Ask her the big questions, and that's what will be happening here in the crease. So stay tuned every Monday night as we bring to you the one and only, the first show of its kind in the crease.
In the crease.
All right, and just to set the scene here, Schicker. Schicker and the Scrapman are going to have a shoot-off to set our bar for the season.
Benchmark.
Well, it mightn't be a benchmark with me, but you know what?
Not me.
I might be fast, but I always seem to hit the cage sometimes. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our first fastest shot here. So Schicker and the Scrapman are going to set the shots. Everyone that comes on the show here and in the crease is going to get on the cage with us. We're going to have a leaderboard as the year goes, and whoever finishes at the top of the leaderboard will be the in the crease fastest shot of the year.
Yep.
So
There's a car up for grabs.
yeah, I bought the Matchbox one the other day. It was an auction site, and it's got a few scratches, but you know what's a scratch and ding. So Schicker, you're up first, mate, and I'm not going to give you any grief whatsoever.
Righto.
Here it is. Schicker steps up to the plate. Oh, bang, 1-2-5. He is tippling the tunes there.
That's all we've got, I reckon.
You know what, mate? I'm going to give you that because I don't think I've got anything better than that. In fact, I'm going to predict that I'm 113.
Gamble responsibly out there.
113. I reckon we're about $1.20 on. Here we go. 113. Oh, 107. Terrible. All right, Schicks, you've got me at the moment.
Righto. 1-2-5.
1-2-5. Schicks is going 1-2-5. Oh, 1-3-6. Look at that. Do not play 8-ball with this guy. Okay, he's going to take your money very quickly. So what was that, 1-3-6? I'm not going to get near that, Mr. Schicker.
2 shots, so that's probably about my quota for the day.
Oh yeah, but if you come down as a defender for 2 shots, you're doing all right. Here we go. I got to hit my 113 because otherwise I won't get out of here.
108.
Well,
Mr.
106 to 108.
Mr. Consistent down there.
There's an improv. No wonder goalies found it so easy to stop me in the crease. Here we go. And you were on for 3. You got better than 136, mate?
No, I don't think I do.
129. So setting the bar here at the highest at 136.
That's all I got.
Mate, I don't think that's all you need. I reckon I should just about put my stick down right now.
No, I reckon you'll be right. You're on track for a
You reckon I
109.
got 109?
You're on track for a
109.
109.
I'm going to hit my 113 because otherwise the fans are going to hate it. Here we go. 109. Ah! Hey, don't ever,
That's right.
don't ever gamble with this guy.
Just call me the Oracle.
So
Just call me the
136,
Oracle.
you've got me at the moment, Schick. So you're going to be sitting up the top of the leaderboard until we get all our guests on.
What do we have previously?
Well, we've got a 139. I think
Unofficial though, the 139.
unofficial 139 was an unofficial. So
Yeah.
at the moment, our producer Marty Baker
Yep.
tippled it, but if it's not on camera, it doesn't exist, does it?
Correct.
Yours is on camera at 136.
As
And,
official as we like.
and I love the way you use ESP for the 109. So we're looking forward to having every guest that come on the show shooting our fastest shot competition. And that is a great way to start. Schicker at the top of the leaderboard and the scrap man just holding the bottom. So hopefully we get plenty in between there.
What did Hannah Goff just pull out then, Tony? Just for argument's sake?
She might have beaten me, I reckon. Just quietly. But you know what? She's on the women's leaderboard side. So.
No, there's no disgrace getting outdone by an Australian representative.
No, hey, as a defender. Yep, who called myself an attacker? So, yeah, look, stay tuned to In the Crease for all your fastest shot competition. We look forward to bringing it through the year. So until then, mate, until we get our next guest, you are number 1.
Oh, 3 shots, I'm done. I'm spent. That's a wrap.
Excellent. Fun. And welcome to In the Crease here on this beautiful Sunday morning. We are lucky enough, the Schicker and the Scrap Man, to have the one and only Miss Hannah Goff, who was the under-18 captain. Hannah, welcome.
Thank you.
And obviously under-18s have been cancelled for the year, which is, I
Yeah.
don't think really ever happened, probably since the war.
No.
I don't remember it.
Yeah.
Devastating.
Yeah. There's a lot of girls who it was going to be their last tournament, and we were really looking forward to going out and bringing back our SA pride to hopefully win back the national championship title, which would have been absolutely amazing. But I think everyone was so grateful to just have the opportunity to train, because obviously we got to train throughout the start of the year, and obviously unprecedentedly everything got cancelled, but we were really grateful that we did get to have a bit of lacrosse to start off the year 2020, which was really fun, and getting to know all the girls and bringing in the new ones. And for us, who it was going to be our last year, I think we were really grateful to just get out and have that bit of SA time. And yeah, we were really grateful, even though we didn't get to go, which is quite sad for a lot of people, but still grateful for what we got.
Tony and I are both lucky enough to be there in East Freo last year when your girls won the title. An
Yeah.
amazing game and a big week for everyone. What's the carryover of players into what was going to be the carryover for remaining players?
Yeah, I think we had a lot. We didn't have many. I think we might have had 4 or 5 who weren't in the team this year, but we had a big carryover. So I think we were really looking to bring the momentum from last year and the connections that we made throughout that week to bring that again, and bring in the girls who came back and the new ones, bring them in as well. But yeah, it was looking really, really good. The training was going so well.
So disappointing, isn't it? Having a big tournament, winning the national title, big turnover of players, a good chance again this year, coming off the back of a World Cup under 19, so many friends playing games.
Yeah.
Well, what a disappointment.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously not getting to play that, it would have been probably tick-tick, because it was a long time the SA hadn't won a tournament last year, and
Yeah.
I was lucky enough to commentate that last year, and I
Yeah.
going. And I was looking forward to potentially coming to do that again. So it's a devastating thing to lose, especially when the opportunity to
Yeah.
go back to back. Although there was some talk potentially that maybe the seniors and/or the 18s might be played later in the year.
Yeah, I think a lot of us would be so stoked if that was able to happen, just because a lot of us, this is our last year, and it is the last opportunity for juniors ever for us. So with state and with club as well. So I guess state's that opportunity. You get to play with the girls you often play against in your state competitions for under 18. So I think that's a really important part of just getting to know and grow the community together and grow those relationships. And state's obviously an amazing opportunity for that. So I think we would be super, super stoked if that could happen.
Or maybe the ALA could do what they've done in the under-19 championships.
Yeah, bump
and
up
maybe
the
we
age.
could have an under-19 championships which will actually tie in with the under-19 men's and women's teams. So maybe we could. It's a good opportunity to make this now an under-19s tournament, which means you'd have another crack.
Yeah, there has been a lot of whisper about that amongst us who it was our last year. We were saying, surely we just bump up the age, like just give us that extra opportunity, give us that last one. But there is the flow-on effect of what that does mean for the younger girls. And obviously everyone should be able to get their opportunity, and some people do just draw the short straw. But I mean, for us, there's always the bigger age groups. There's always more to go on to, and we have our club games. So whatever happens. A lot of us have our fingers and toes crossed, but we'll see where it goes.
So, Hannah, you're not from one of the traditional powerhouse clubs, Wilderness, a school
Yes.
program, which we love dearly.
Yes.
Any other Wilderness girls in the under 18 state team?
No.
Some very close, I would imagine.
Yes, very close.
So back at Clubland, under 17s, is it under 17s or 19s?
18s for the
18s,
girls,
okay.
yeah.
Going okay in the competition-wise?
Yeah,
State-based?
we're doing quite well. We've had a lot of girls, for us being a school program, we all kind of came in together when Judy Thurgood pulled us all in grade 2.
Legend.
Yeah, absolute legend. Really the backbone of our club made us and made me what I am today for sure. So a lot of us honestly just pay a lot to her for what she's been able to do with the club and grow it to where we are, to be quite a competitive team we like to think can develop ourselves through. So we were really looking forward to starting the 18 season, and being a school we get to get girls who just want to give it a crack and just throw themselves in and immerse themselves in what lacrosse is. So it's always good to be able to grow those other girls and bring them in and support them, and those girls who have played state before and have played 15s and comets, and obviously myself who's been fortunate enough to have such amazing opportunities with the sport. It's amazing to get to pass that on and bring other people into the lacrosse community.
No one prouder as well, Judy. I was involved in mid-2000s, and to see the work that she put in and watch kids grow up, like yourself, I would imagine she would be, there'd be no one prouder to see a successful Wilderness program than Judy. So hello to you, Judy. Big wave to Judy.
Yeah, when I made the Australian team, I instantly called her. I was like, please present me my blazer. You've just had an amazing impact. It would mean so much. And she just was like, of course, nothing more.
Obviously, we'll touch on that while you're here. The opportunity to get an Australian blazer. Obviously, the man sitting over to the left here is about to get his first, I believe, with the 19s. So, amazing honour, and I'm hopefully lining up at some point. So it'll be good that the youth gets it before the old. But an amazing feeling getting your first ever green and gold.
Insane. You can't put it into words. Especially it being at the end of the seniors nationals was amazing. Having all those girls there to support us, family, friends who came over for the presentation. Obviously having Judy there, someone who's been so influential in my lacrosse career. It was just absolutely phenomenal.
And a good group of SA girls as well.
Oh yeah, amazing.
Contribution from SA.
Yeah.
Not to mention the all-star coaching staff.
Oh
well.
yeah.
How privileged.
Yeah.
To be involved with girls like Stacey, who championed in her own right.
Yeah.
Jen, and of course.
Yeah.
Crease, so,
crazy.
Well, Shigs, at least we know where we can get our blazer presented from. If we ever get to that point, Hannah, you may get the call up.
Well, Tony might even fit into her. So.
Well, I don't know. she's a bit. Yeah, no. I might stretch it. I'd say. And obviously going on to seniors this year, we're just about to understand what's going to go with the announcements. You've been doing some training, obviously, in isolation.
Yeah, isolation's been challenging for people who are so used to being out and about and always seeing people and playing sport, and having sport as such a big part of life. But the Aussie group has done an amazing job at keeping that momentum and keeping everyone involved and motivated. And Sean has done an amazing job with our at-home programs and done some Facebook online stuff. And it's been so great to
Give him a plug, Hannah. Give him a plug. His business.
Sean Baker, peak conditioning. Yeah, he's been incredible, always keeping in touch, updating our programs, giving us different levels, obviously, because there's a lot of spectrum of different people coming off of pregnancies and people who injuries and so much. So he's done an amazing job working it out for everyone. Yeah, really, really good. So it's been good. Isolation has been good. Running, keeping up the gym as much as we can at home, out for the stick session and on the wall bowl. Yep. Had the sniper challenges, which was super fun. Yeah.
You weren't involved in that. There was a club-based competition, wasn't there? Wilderness had someone who was throwing bricks out of walls. That was
I think that was Lucinda Silvestri. Okay. She took a lot for the team there.
Good for her. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I actually work with her dad, or her stepdad.
Yeah.
George, so I hear about it all the time when I may be commentating and miss something from her. I walk in the next day. He's one of our directors, so I hear about it quite frequently at the moment. And as far as going forward for the season, Wilderness came off the back of a really good year last year. Made that semi-final down at Brighton and come up against the Woodville that just happened to be on fire that day. So looking forward to this year's challenges. Obviously there'll be no imports in any teams this year. That's certainly going to be an interesting thing.
It will be very interesting. We're really looking forward to it. We've been connecting over Zoom and running through plays and doing things as a team. So that's been super fun. We've been doing some hit sessions together over Zoom, which has been super fun. And I think the girls are really, really ready to get together, really put in when we can get back to doing things, which is hopefully very soon.
And Jess Page still at the helm?
Yes, Jess still running the show for us. It's amazing. She's so invested and just so athletic and so talented. So we're super, super happy that she's, sort of taken the lead again this year. Good. Looking forward to what's ahead.
Big loss, possibly Julie Christie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely devastating.
Jules had an outstanding year last
year.
Yeah,
amazing.
Made the All-Star team, so,
absolutely amazing.
And I bought her first pie at the footy in Melbourne, so when we were over there, she did wear half of it, but big shout out to Jules.
Jules.
She'd never had a pie at the footy, went to the MCG.
Oh, wow.
And I lined her up with a beer and a pie.
Yeah.
Which is good. Another question.
Yep.
We asked, obviously we've got Schicker and the Scrap Man. Nicknames. Do you have a nickname?
I don't really have a nickname. Really? I have Han and Goffy, but that's about it.
Gotta come up with something better.
I need something better. I'm searching.
Let's say that. I mean, no one ever picks their own nickname because it's always done by your mates. But you had the opportunity to pick your own nickname.
Great Australian leader, Gough Whitlam. Something like that.
God.
Well, he drowned, didn't he?
He still hasn't been found.
Well, true. He may not have.
He's still swimming. He's still swimming.
Oh, yeah, I have no idea. Yeah. I'm not good with this stuff.
So we'll have to call you PM then. Until he's found.
Yeah. Okay.
You can now be known as PM.
PM. Done.
Good.
All right. Well, thank you for coming down.
Of course.
We're not finished with you yet.
Yes.
Because everyone that appears on In the Crease has a crack at the fastest shot. So what we're going to do is we're going to get to a break now. And when we get back, we're going to see the one and only
the
Hannah
straight
Gough
defender taking a
shooting lights out as a defender on the cage to see if she can put her name up the leaderboard here on In the Crease. So we'll be back right after this break. Hannah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good job.
And as the sun starts to come down here on the beautiful fields at Glenelg Lacrosse Club, we've got the one and only Hannah Gough lining up for the fastest shot competition. Hannah, you ready to rock and roll this thing?
Yeah.
All right, so we're predicting that Hannah's going to go about the 130 mark as a defender. So
oh, God.
She is the first female to shoot in our competition for the fastest shot. So Hannah, when you're ready, let's light up this cage. 105. There we go. There's number one. So we've We got 3 shots at this. You happy with that shot?
Yeah, I kind of want to hit 110. We'll see how we go.
All right, 110. Come on, everyone get behind Hannah. Here we go, 110, 110. Ooh, 106. There we go. So we're certainly picking it up. Have you got another 4Ks in you?
Yes.
You know what? You're nearly up to where Cody Watts was the other day, so that's all right. Here we go, number 3. Whoa, 103. So we're going to end up on 106 there. Happy with that?
Yeah, pretty good. Straight defender, I think that's all right.
Straight defender. Look, I'll tell you, I have had my couple of shots, and I reckon the best I got was 114. So you're doing all right.
Thanks.
But thank you very much for coming down. So at the moment, on our leaderboard, you are number one for the women. So anyone that wants to get out here and have a look, get on in the crease. Everyone that gets on in the crease will actually find their way into our fastest shot competition. Hannah, Goff, thank you very much for coming down this morning.
Thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure.
And we look forward to seeing you running around throughout the season.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. All right. Welcome to In the Crease, and we are currently doing our segment, which is the inner sanctum. I am the scrap man. I'm joined by the one and only Mr. Schicker. Schicker, the scrap man, coming to you live from the brand new Burnside Cross Club change room, which looked nothing like what I had when I first here. And we're joined by Cam Semler and Kieran Sandow. Boys, Conroe's looking fantastic at the moment. So obviously, with regards to being in the finals, I mean 15 was a disappointment for Burnside. I was playing down at Brighton, and then 18 against Glenelg. And Schicks was talking earlier about what have you learned out of those experiences that made you better this year or last year?
I think 2018 especially it hurt. Like we were up, we were playing really well, I think, and then we just went back to our old ways. Like you probably experienced it more than the D didn't help. It was sort of it's always a team effort, and I think that's why 2019 was such a different experience, because we realised it was a team effort, whether we win, whether we lose, whether it's not just D. We've been pretty D focused for a long time. It's not just it's not just their fault. We need to get this up, And yeah, just being able to put it all together for that final year, but that hurt a lot, and we did learn a lot. But coach did a really good job, got us back on track, saying every year is 1-0, give yourself a chance to win, and then take it from there. 1-0 every weekend, including the grand final. I think before the game, that was still the talk before training. 1-0, just 1-0. Yeah, we're at a different place, it's a different venue, a few more people watching. 1-0, just like it is every week. So
yeah, I think we learned a lot from that year around the team mentality, about trusting our systems. Don't need to go into that, run and gun, one-on-one. I can save the whole team.
Which has been a Burnside trade in the past. I mean, having coached here, you go, I used to have this really strange thing when I coached here, was get the ball around 3 times and then we'll do something, But it was teaching a structure that you've got to keep that, and then all of a sudden somebody go, no. But you seem to have really taken that on board.
Well, I think coach has sort of given it a bit of a mentality to it, so it's not just send it round, or like in the past some coaches have sort of said do nothing for the first minute or whatnot, and the point has been there and we get it, but coaches said, well, we're doing it for a reason though. And it's still set things, we might not necessarily score a goal, but there's reasons why we do things, and I think that is we held to that in the finals, and even after the first quarter when it was close, everyone came in, said we're not worried, just keep doing what we've been doing all year. And like Cam was saying, we knew it was 1-0, so then Brighton's can pile them on real quick. So just keep doing what we're doing, and we'll run away.
Because everything's different, right? Grand final day it's late in the afternoon. It's on a beautiful field now. The crowd is up. Everything is different. You've got so much more time to think about things individually, team, opposition. A lot of things can get on top of you. Having that experience in 2018 certainly would have helped for 2019, no doubt. So the feeling of 2018, a point of that game where you would have felt the game was getting away from you and then too far away to get back, towards 2019, what was the feeling, when was the feeling of, yeah, I reckon we got this? Now, I know you're going to say, oh, you know, not till the last percent. But kids, maybe you slotted one and you thought, surely that's enough.
Well, look, it is to a certain degree. It's not over till the fat lady sings.
Correct.
Because I think someone had a bottle of champagne in the semis, and everyone was like, "Get that out of my face." We're not even vaguely close to that.
Yeah.
Although the semis
need
were
but
a bit of a cakewalk that first one. You were dominant in
I
that.
don't know, I came out with a concussion or two. But, you know, we'll go with that. But yeah, it was that same old. Like they've still got massive shooters in Brighton, and you can score a goal in lacrosse in about 5 seconds.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
but
always.
everyone was. You could see everyone was a bit
They did have
excited.
They did have that little run at the end, but I think
Yeah.
probably, I mean, I can't remember what the score was going into the last quarter, but we felt good going into the last
Yeah.
quarter.
That
And
lady
even
was
for
shooting
sure.
on them, wasn't she?
But you and I were commentating that, and I can tell you our voices were warming up well at that. And the great man Shocks actually sent us a message in the commentary box, and he was just over the moon at that point, which was amazing for us and him to see that. But yeah, we felt that momentum shift well into probably the last third quarter, where Brighton always have those up. They have in the past been a champion team where they can put 6 or 7 on in next to no time and pull your pants down and you feel like
Hez's first shot.
yeah.
You can pull that
Well,
time and time again.
I mean, having Jack Woodford at the X is a massive advantage. But this year, you guys, got Lewis down over,
Last year
So he
Lewis
played
came,
2018, did he?
Yeah, he played.
Played 2018. He was a standout this time around. Yeah, at times, and maybe last year found the going a bit different to the Div 1, Div 2 type scene, and this year, I mean, Tony had him with the state team this year as well.
The state team, the last year in Victoria, he was good, but again, you could see that he probably felt himself that he wasn't in that league, and that's a mental thing you've got to get over. And he does a lot of work. I see him do a lot of work. The good thing with having Lewis here as well, and having Miles, who seems to take those face-offs and just sometimes do things in the face that you're having that backup. I've always said you can have a great keeper, a netminder, and you've got a good LSM, a face-off guy and a lefty attacker. You're probably going to win more games than most if you can run around those. And I think this year you probably had that in space.
There we go, sports fans. Tony has just laid out the blueprint.
That's all it is. It's the spine in footy, but again, if you've got somebody who can stop the goals, you've got an LSM who can shut it down, you get first use of the ball. And as a whole, we don't have we don't probably have an abundance of lefties more than most, but it certainly changes the structure of the way you play offence. And I think the guys you brought in last year, especially Liam, it was probably his best year that I've seen him, and he's been knocking at the door as an under-19 Australian player, and had injuries with the ankle. It's like his Achilles heel. I'm sorry to pun that, but and he seemed to step up. You had Lucas coming on, and he had an outstanding Bastiari, but he had an outstanding final series, and it just gelled like the what you've done over the last 6 or 7 years. Culminated in that. It's now what you do. So, can you back it up?
Yeah, well, I think on that point with Liam, I think he was I think you guys said it during that game, where it was, I think it was a clear, and normally, the younger players would do the last rap check, and he didn't, just played good D, and I think it's been seeing a lot of the younger guys sort of growing that maturity and that having, again, faith in the system and have faith in the rest of the team. It's been fantastic. And like I said, Liam had an absolute screamer that game, so did Jimmy, so did Josh, and all those guys. And a lot of that is,
Well, I especially think, and we were commentating that game, in that first quarter, where Brighton had the first man up, there were about 30 seconds, there was a man up opportunity, if I remember it correctly, and the defence just shut it down. There was, Schicks was saying, this is what Brighton are going to do, the players coming, but you guys just pushed out and didn't allow that. You turned it over and went down the other end. I mean, that maturity in a defensive structure must be pleasing as well to have that around.
Yeah, I mean, we've had the building blocks for a long time. I mean, we had Shocks, was a amazing. Wendell, we had Bluey roll through for a few years and was incredible. And so I think those three guys have just rubbed off enough of their experience on our core group now. We've got myself, Josh, Adam, and Sooty. So Sooty coming out of the woodwork and picking up a pole is a horrifying thing for anyone that has to go up against him.
Don't worry, it was a horrifying. It was a horrifying thing for short stick because he was probably the best hitting player, apart from this man sitting to our left here, off 2 or 3 steps as a shorty. Now you put a longie in his hand and he does it.
So I think we've always had that defensive with the poles. I think maybe not as disciplined as we always needed to be, but that's one thing that coaches massive on is discipline. Huge discipline, comes from a military background, big on discipline. So that's been something that we've managed to tighten up. But the other thing is the shorty D. You were talking about Mullins before, he's a savage. He just doesn't give people a break. He's just among when someone's got the ball, he's just on you. So having him as a shorty, arguably one of our best one-on-one defenders, and he's a shorty, it gave us that extra tool. And like you're talking about Lucas, again, one-on-one, one of the best athletes I think we've ever had at Burnside. And now it's just a matter of stepping up and maybe filling that role. We've got guys coming through, always knocking at the door, because really the only way into the defence is through the shorties because our poles are sort of established now.
So speaking of coming through, juniors coming through the system, obviously Burnside had a bit of a gap there at one point where there was, and I know they had a pretty decent under-13 team coming through. They're always a couple away, but what have you got coming through in the young guys through the D1 or through those under 17 roles at the moment that excites you as senior players?
There's a lot of players. We're getting a lot of newer guys that you sort of coming out of school, clinics and things, and I think they're picking up a lot of the basics from some of our more experienced players. You've got Zach, who's been playing for ages, and he's trying out for everything he can, which is only going to help him. And I think
Rowan, like you were saying before, we talked about kids that just sprouted nowhere. He was this big last year, he's taller than me now, he's picked up a pole, so that's always exciting.
That's young Rowan?
Young Rowan, so he's
coaching the under 15s.
Yeah, that's right.
Pole. Tall, lanky.
Another one with good discipline and listens well. So I reckon he's kind of got that kind of Bluey mentality when it comes to his checking and stuff.
We're certainly tall enough.
Yeah.
Needs to put your weight on.
Get around
that come with age.
Now you guys are choking right full of commitment, but are you involved in the junior program here as well?
Kids are involved.
So I always try and coach and do clinics whenever I can.
I mean, it's satisfying, right? It's rewarding to get down and do what you have to do with the junior kids. See the development is rewarding, but it's also gives you an extra layer to your game, I reckon.
Yeah.
It helps you, Cam, you should do this because Kieran is very good
at
coaching.
No, I haven't.
When you're a coach, you understand the
That's right.
frustrations. So.
You say.
Little bit light-hearted now. Obviously nicknames. Got some nicknames through the club. Camo, your nickname through Burnside?
Just Camo.
There was
a few different ones. I bleached my hair once. As you always do when you're 19. I think it was Goku for a little while.
Goku. So
that lasted about a
there
week.
You go.
Then I grew my hair out and had it slicked back. And it was Cash, Johnny Cash for
I remember Cash.
And I liked that one, so I put that on everything.
Yeah, I remember you had it was on your back. It was on your training.
And I think I got called that for like a month. But for me, that was one of those.
Alright, so from now on, Cash is... Well, you know what? If you see him walking down the street...
It says it on my shirt. So
Cash.
It's pretty polite.
Kieran?
Yeah, I've sort of dodged a lot of those the bad ones. I know Brooksy's tried to say a few interesting ones that I probably can't say on camera. But generally, Kiz is what they say. I don't mind. Connolly calls me Wiz.
Yeah.
I can use a wand pretty well. And those
Silver Fox.
Silver Fox.
Obviously.
Yeah. Clooney. All of those stars.
Who carries some of the worst nicknames around the place?
The Salmon.
The Salmon.
The Salmon is a really good one.
Yep.
And that spawned from whether Matty Cap would win a fight between him or a salmon.
Yeah.
And we decided we'll be the salmon.
Yeah.
So,
No, fair enough.
Salmon. That's a really good one.
That's a medical process.
Yeah, absolutely one of my favourites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of one better. I think it's good.
Yeah.
If you got an opportunity, obviously you had your opportunity now. You are now Cash.
Or definitely not Cash. That's for saying that on camera. I think I
Either or.
ruined.
No, that's fine. You're allowed to pick your own. Kids, if you had your opportunity to pick your own nickname.
Like I said, Wiz is pretty good.
Wiz.
Wiz goes in the know, call me avocado. So that's. I I mean, that's not a bad thing, but yeah.
The avocado.
So I'll probably go with Liz though, just to dodge a few questions.
Does that mean you've got a hard interior with a soft outer?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that.
It's good. Well, we might wrap it up here. It's been fantastic to have you on the Inner Sanctum. This will be potentially the first episode of the Inner Sanctum, so it's great to have the current premiers and to see these brand new club rooms, and it's good to see that lacrosse in South Australia is starting to get some, think bigger, be bigger. And it's not, Miller has had this in the plans obviously for a long time. It looks great. So we're going to wrap it up here. So from Schicker, myself, the Scrap Man, Cash, and the Silver Fox. I love the Silver Fox. I was going to go Silky, but no, that's the Fox thing.
Wasn't going to mention that.
We're going to leave it here. We're going to throw to our sponsors right now, but it's been great having you here, guys. Thank you very much for joining us on the Inner Sanctum and in the Crease.
Thank you.
Very good, boys. Good luck for 2020.
Yeah.
Nice. Always 21.
And welcome to the inaugural edition of In the Crease, your lacrosse program, coming to you every week. We will be doing around the grounds and lots of interviews with past and present players, and I'm pleased to be joined on the first edition of In the Crease by two contracted Australian players, and that is Mr. Cody Watson and Jack Price. Boys, welcome to In the Crease. Jack, obviously new concept with the contracted players within Australia. You're pleased to be one of the first contracted Australian players?
Yeah, pretty excited.
And how does that change your life as far as lacrosse goes with Australian representation looking forward?
Just a little bit more focused. Yeah, I don't really know, really.
And obviously with the lockdown at the moment, it came right on the start of the season, so we were just starting to get into that pre-season point.
Yeah.
We'd had a couple of Australian camps, and that's right, it'll pick up. And we've had a couple of Australian camps. So how does that? You've sort of been down here every day?
Yeah, it's just a lot more individual work, so you're more accountable for yourself and what you put in and what you're going to get out of it. So
excellent.
Yeah.
And Code, obviously you've been doing a fair bit of work in the cage. Feeling fit at the moment?
Probably not as fit as I was a few weeks before this all happened, when we were doing snake pit and stuff through club and session with Henry and yourself every week. But yeah, getting back to where we probably should be.
Okay. And obviously they're looking like there's going to be a time where lacrosse will come back to both state and Australian representation as far as the camps go. Looking forward to having that roll through?
Looking forward to just getting, I think, back with the boys and not having to do individual running sessions, which are not great to do. Get back with the team and just start getting it all done properly. And
both you boys have obviously been down here. Jack, you've been down shooting. I was just watching you before, so going through your repetitions. And Code, I saw you in the cage before with the old tennis balls getting hit at you. It doesn't really represent the game as a whole, but it's good to see you both down sort of putting the work in at the moment. And obviously with contracts up potentially in October, you'd both be pretty happy with doing the work that I've seen you've been doing down here, that you'd like to retain those contracts?
Yeah, well, with the amount of money obviously at the moment that we're going to have to spend on stuff before obviously the Olympic money comes through and stuff, it's I think it's pretty silly to not do the work and not put your best foot forward.
Yep. And one of the things about In the Crease, we're pretty laid back here. It's a bit like we don't want to sort of get you in an interview situation. I'm called on the show the Scrap Man for obvious reasons, because once upon a time that's all I used to do, sit in the crease and throw balls in the back of the cage, which is, you don't want to get too far away from it. Have you got a nickname? Did the boys give you a nickname down at Glenelg or through Australia?
Probably not one I can say on air.
Of course you can. We're in the crease. Anything happens in the crease.
Angel gets flown floated around a fair bit.
Okay, and the reason for that?
No backstory behind that.
No backstory behind it. And Jack, yourself?
Just vanilla old pricey. So just pricey.
Vanilla old pricey.
Just pricey. Just
So
plain
we don't have to
pricey.
think too hard about why that one came about.
Not really, no.
Have you ever had a nickname that you sort of people started to give you but never stuck? Back in the day?
I've had a few nicknames.
You had a few nicknames?
Yeah, I had Crackerjack back when I was playing football.
Crackerjack?
Because I used
Yeah,
to
there you go.
But
So you cracked it.
yeah, but that didn't stick with lacrosse, thank God. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Code? Maybe back in the day at school?
Nah, none that come to mind. Nah.
Is,
We'll just keep it.
Let's ask this then. Is there a nickname that you'd like to be called? Have you got one yourself? I mean, you can't make yourself as not Australian, but if you were to have a nickname,
I don't really think about that too
don't
much.
really think about that too much?
I set my nickname on my phone to King, so whenever Siri
Oh
talks to me-
God.
He calls you King. Okay. So
Yeah.
nothing to do with Lewis.
Nah, just rep the crown.
The crown, there we go. No, well, there's nothing like a bit of confidence. You got a bit of confidence. So, obviously in lockdown at the moment, you'd be looking forward to getting back to some training at club level, number one.
Yeah, most definitely. No, happy to be back. Definitely keen to get back with the boys and start getting back at it. Some high intensity training and looking forward to the season.
Yep.
Most definitely.
And obviously, Jack, you were over in the States. You went over there to
Yeah.
play some ball in the university sort of side of things.
Yeah, it wasn't as long lived as I'd like it to be, but
No.
hopefully heading back over there soon. But yeah,
Okay.
happy to be back right now.
So have you got a date potentially? I mean, obviously there's no international
Oh.
flights at the moment, so it's a bit reliant on the government.
Either looking back at August or January, so
Okay.
there's a pretty big gap there. But
Okay.
we'll
So,
we'll see what happens.
Obviously, we hope as a South Australian competition that you're backing around, and obviously for Australian, I know hopefully we get to get the season up and going and both get back into some Australian training very shortly. But boys, thank you very much for joining us in the Crease on the first episode, and we look forward to seeing you shoot off very shortly, because every person that appears on the Crease is going to have the fastest shot, and we're going to have the leaderboard for that, so you boys get to put the scores up for the start of the rest of the people that come on this show. So have you got your firing sticks ready?
Not at all.
Not at all. Excellent. All right. We'll be back very shortly with the boys shooting their fastest shot here on In the Crease. So here we are. We're episode 1, and we've got the fastest shot competition. We obviously just spoke to Jack Price and Cody Watts, current Australian contracted players, and they're about to have the shoot off of a lifetime. Basically what this segment's about is every guest that comes on the show is going to have a fastest shot. We're going to have a leaderboard throughout the season. At the end of the season, the person with the highest shot is going to win a prize here. And number one, we're looking for a sponsor of this segment. So if you want to get on board within the Crease and you reckon you want to sponsor this segment, because it's going to be fast and furious as we're about to see the shots, let us know on In the Crease and we will we'll get it going. So who wants to shoot first here? Jack? Cody? Let's just wait for that to zero out. The wind picks that up a little bit at the moment, so let me get out the camera shot. There we go, it's loose. So Jack's first shot. Oh no, 51. Wind picked it up. We can cut that one out.
Nah, run it.
Anyway, Jack Price with his first shot. 1, 3, 1. What does Cody Watts have on that, Jack? Do you reckon he's going to get anywhere near that? Not even close. All right. So the banter's started. Here we go, Cody. 52. That's telling you a prelude, is it, to what you're going to shoot?
If I get 52, I'll be happy.
1, 1, 3. So it's very close. If you change the numbers around a bit.
Sure.
All right. So shot 2. Here we go, Jack. Grab the ball. Code, grab your ball back. Right, shot number 2. So what are we looking to beat here, Jack? 1, 3, 3. 1, 1, 3. That's all you got to beat. Hey, well, you get to set the target for the rest of the season. You could do it and rip it up right here. So waiting for it now. Just wait for that to reset. Jack Price, shot number 2. 1, 3, 9. Certainly putting the heat on. Hey, Cody's going to have to do a little bit of work here. Cody Watts, shot number 2. 109. So he's only about 30 metres down on you, mate. you shoot them that hard at Cody normally?
Nah, I'm all about accuracy.
All about accuracy. Code, is it easy to stop those balls at 139?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't mind it? All right, so he's put the pressure on you, Jack. He reckons 139 isn't fast enough for him. So here we go, shot number 3. Just wait for that to reset. So we do 150. We want to tip that take. Let's see the 140. Come on, let it rip. 137. So Jack ends up with a 139 here on In the Crease.
He's faster than you.
Go. You've got a 1.
That doesn't make sense.
113. Come on, get it up to 120. Let's see it rip. There we go. 114. It's better than 113. Boys, coming here a second. So Jack ends up with a 139. Cody 114. You'd be pleased with that as a keeper, though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, warm-ups I was shooting like 106, so yeah, we're up.
Okay, and Jack, you had no warm up whatsoever, and a 139.
Yeah, not too bad. I'm sure if Cody got the old proton power out, it might have been a different story. But,
Well, there you go. There's a story for another day there, and we may run that, who knows, one day on here on In the Crease. So thanks to the boys for coming down today and being involved in the Crease. Jack, you're now currently sitting number 1 on the In the Crease shot at 139. Do you reckon anyone's going to beat that for the rest of the season?
Yeah, no, I'm going to be too out.
All right, there you go. The challenge has been put out to you guys. So every guest here on In the Crease will be a part of this. We're looking for a sponsor. If you want your name on this segment, get in touch with us. And we look forward to seeing you next time when we're ripping the tape here at the fastest shot. All right, and Schicker, what a great end of the show this has been.
Was a good show.
Had some fantastic guests on. Obviously, starting out with Hannah Goff, amazing player.
Amazing player, amazing girl, really. Pretty smart, cluey, articulate. Brings herself across very well. Fastest shot time. I think she did very well.
Well, she nearly beat me, mate. And mind you, I think you're sitting at the top at the moment. We had Jack and Cody come on,
Yep.
those contracted Australian players. Cody needs to learn to shoot. He's like his old man.
Missed.
No, he hit the cage, but he just outdid me for fastest shot. But Jack obviously hit the cage pretty well.
Cody also says he just outdoes you for height.
Well, he's got more hair than I have. And then obviously the boys at Burnside, so Cam and Kiz.
Yeah, that was good to get out there during the week and talk to both those guys about the grand final victory, the club moving forward, a bit of background into what's been happening out there, so that was good.
Yeah, and fantastic to allow them to let us into their new establishment. It looks really nice out there.
Untouched.
It was pristine, wasn't it?
It was.
So, and that's the sort of thing on In the Crease that you're going to see every week as we get into the season. There is going to be the State League player, men's and women's of the rounds. We're going to potentially go through the All-Stars from 80s, 90s.
We will. We'll try and dive back into the depths of Lacrosse SA and pull out some names and numbers that you might not have seen for a very long time. We'll have some interesting guests on there to talk about that as well. So stay tuned. That'll be good.
And I'm really looking forward to that, to see where our great games come from and those champions of the past. So, stay tuned for all your lacrosse here on In the Crease. Until next time, when Schicks has taken the stick out of my hand, we're going to see you on In the Crease. On behalf of Schicker, a.k.a. Craig Schicker, and myself, Tony Watts, it's been a pleasure to bring you this very first episode. Stay tuned for all your lacrosse stuff throughout the season.